In this session, we'll be having an introduction to Angular. Let us see and understand what exactly Angular in minimal terms. Angular is a client-side or UI or front-end framework. It's a JavaScript framework. With Java, we have some frameworks like Spring Boot. Similarly, for the front-end part, the programming language could be JavaScript or TypeScript, and the frameworks could be Angular, Vue, React.js or any other framework. So Angular is a single page application as only one page, that is index.html, is used. This one page has Angular framework code. So if you get into the official website of Angular, angular.io, what does it mean, single page application? This is what I'll try to show you now. You see this icon, this doesn't get reload again. The page doesn't get reload if I click on a tab or a link anywhere. Please observe this. So this is what a single page application. If we come to another website like coding365days.com, and navigate between these tabs and observe the reload icon. So this is not a single page application. In layman terms, I am trying to explain you what does single page application mean. They get reloaded for every request we do. They go to the server and fetch the response and provide it to HTML. But this is not the case with single page applications. Only part of a page is loaded without loading the entire page. Angular has modular approach in developing applications. Due to this, the apps developed in Angular has a clear structure, and this is one of the reasons why it is recommended to use front-end frameworks. They provide an organized way of having code written, which is not possible with just having a simple programming language. And modular approach we'll see in technical terms in the coming sessions. Further, the modules have components in them. Angular front-end screen is divided into number of components. So when I say a website, again, let us consider this is a website developed using Angular, and you see all these sections can be called as components. So the technical term in Angular given for a section can be considered as a component. This section, the navigation bar, you see, is a component, and this is a component, and this can be a component. Every section you see on a web page is a component, and modules is a container of components. Angular is good in unit testing frameworks like Jasmine, Karma, etc. It has its own testing frameworks. Finally, Angular is a framework from Google and uses TypeScript, a programming language called Microsoft. So on server side also we have frameworks and programming languages like Spring Boot and Java. We have Express.js and Node.js. Likewise, the front-end part also has a programming language called as TypeScript and the framework called as Angular. And this is how development happens on front-end part. So a more detailed explanation on what a single page application is. Before seeing a clear explanation on single page application, let us see what traditional web development is. In traditional web development, multiple page requests are sent to the server, and for every response received, new page client gets reloaded multiple times. So for every click for every request that we do, the request is sent to the server and server sends a response and a new page gets reloaded. So this happens multiple times. Whereas in single page web applications, like the applications developed using Angular, a single request is sent to the server. So when I come into the website for the first time and I request for it, now see, the reload happens, and this is the only time that happens throughout the life cycle of this web page. And a single response is sent with, which includes a complete package like JS, the code with icons, HTML or templates, all the code that is related, code, images, everything that is related to the website is given to the browser or downloaded to the browser end or the client end. And from there onwards, every request I do, the request is not sent to the server. Instead, the packages that were downloaded will help us do all this interaction. And routes is a concept. Once we learn routes, then you'll understand how this reload doesn't happen. Routes are used in place of links that reduce the page reloading by providing routing to a new view. So this is what routing is, and we have a separate concept where we'll understand how this routing is possible. Angular versions. So it's important to understand the basic difference in versions. Like AngularJS released in October 10 is completely different with its syntax and approach. This is called as AngularJS or Angular 1.x. Later on in 2016 we got a new version, Angular 2, which is a complete rewrite with respect to AngularJS and built for mobile apps, web development. All this is possible. It uses TypeScript and Dart as its programming languages. Angular 3 was skipped due to version mismatch between Angular core, Angular compiler and Angular router. So this is version 3 and the others were version 2. Now releasing Angular 3 makes router version as 4 and the others as version 3. So to avoid this confusion, Angular version 3 was completely skipped and they have directly come to Angular 4 from Angular 2. Then we have Angular 4 in 2017, Angular 5, Angular 6 and Angular 7, and we will get a new version from Angular for every 6 months. So in a year it's 2 versions we get to see in Angular 7. It follows semantic versioning, something like, you see, 2, 3, 3. This is what we call as semantic versioning, major, minor and patch fix. Patch fix is incremented when a bug is fixed and are at very low risk, no developer assistance is required. And minor is incremented when new feature is added and doesn't break any functionality and no developer assistance is required. And major is something which is incremented when there is a break in functionality and also a minimal developer assistance is required. And this is what we get to see twice in a year. Angular will have major release twice in a year. And what all tools do we need to get an Angular project working is, we need to have Node.js installed, Angular CLI, and this is how you create a new project. You come into that project and you run or serve or execute the project. And to have an environment for Angular project, we need these steps to be followed. And the first one is Node.js. Installation of Node.js provides Node Package Manager, NPM, and we need NPM to maintain the packages that are required for a project. So NPM, Node Package Manager, takes care of having all the packages installed and in our project. So we need to download Node.js and it's available in its official website, nodejs.org. You can click on it. It gives you an MSI file, and I have that in my desktop. You can do the right click and try to install it from administrator. I have already installed this in my machine. It's not that tough, it's quite simple. You're supposed to click on the next button and the installation happens. So it's quite simple. I'll stop installing this because I have Node.js installed in my PC. Once this is done, then you need to install Angular CLI. And Angular CLI, again, for its website you can say Angular CLI, and you can come to this website cli.angular.io, and these are the commands that we need to install. So I'll open up my command prompt, and I do have ng npm install -g @angular CLI. This command should install Angular globally because -g stands for global. Again, I have Angular CLI installed in my local machine, and this gives the ng command, and using ng command you can create a new project. So I'll come to a location, and I'll try to create a project, and you say use the command ng new and a project name like code 365 ex1. Let us say this is a project that we need to create. When you press enter, it takes some time. I got my project created and I'm in that project. I've said cd the project name. Now the last command I need to say is ng serve. It takes some time. So my project got started successfully, and these are the 5 package files that I spoke initially, and these package files help me in a way wherein these get downloaded and the browser interacts with these packages files instead of having every client being sent to the every request being sent to the server. These are the packages that receive the request from the browser and they provide the response. Now I need to start this project by saying it's on localhost 4200. So let's say localhost 4200, and this is what you get to see when you create and serve the project. Last one is to have an ID, and we have many IDs like Visual Studio Code, Atom, Sublime Text, Brackets, or any of your favorite editors can be installed, downloaded and installed, and we can open our Angular project in that. And my personal and favorite IDE is Visual Studio Code. You can install any of your favorite IDEs, and I say VS Code download, and we have this official website from where we can download Visual Studio Code, and you can download 64-bit and 32-bit as per your machines, and if it is Windows, Linux platform or Mac, you can select any of these, and clicking on this will download the setup, and I have the setup again installed in my PC. Right click on it and say run as administrator, and again this is quite simple to install, nothing complicated in it, no major settings required. All you can do is click on the next button and the installation happens quite easily. Okay, so I'll cancel this setup or the installation, and now we'll try to open Visual Studio Code and the project in Visual Studio Code. So I have my Visual Studio Code installed and I've opened it. Now I'll try to add the project that was created in earlier sessions. Add folder to workspace, and you can say Angular, and this is the project that I created, and this is how it gets added to the project. Okay, now we can do, this is the terminal that can be obtained from view and integrated terminal, or control plus tilde is the shortcut key. In this you can do ng serve and your project gets served again.